Alright, this video will be about lesson number 5.8, which means we will be doing proofs involving rhombus. Basically, we have to prove a quadrilateral is a rhombus. Now, every time you're doing a proof, it all starts with the definition. You have to know the definition of that particular quadrilateral. So when it comes to rhombus, hopefully you guys remember, the rhombus has 4 congruent sides. Alright? So all we have to do is show that all 4 sides have equal length. Now when it comes to finding length, you do that by finding distance. You know, the length of AB is the same thing as the distance it is from A to B. Alright? Distance is the same thing as length. Okay? Distance and length are the same exact thing. So if you remember the distance formula, it goes like this. D equals square root x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. In part C, they want you to find distance between 2, 3 and negative 5, 10. You're going to go ahead and do x1, y1, x2, y2. And then if you substitute, you're going to get negative 5 minus 2 square plus 10 minus 3 square. Okay. And then you're going to get negative 7 square plus 7 square. Now, a very common error that I see people make is that negative 7 square, they put negative 49, which will be incorrect. A square, it's always going to be positive, because a square, remember, a square is, you're multiplying the number by itself. So negative 7 times negative 7, that will be positive 49. So whenever you put it in the calculator, make sure you put it like this, negative 7 in parentheses. Okay? So it should not be negative 49, it should be positive 49 plus positive 49. So that's just square root of 98. I don't have a calculator, but you can put it in the calculator and get that answer. Alright, so key notes. In order to prove that a parallelogram is a rhombus, we must prove the definition of a rhombus, which means we'll be using distance formula to prove that all 4 sides are congruent. Basically, they have the same length. So they want you to prove that quadrilateral NATS is a rhombus. So let's start by graphing it. Negative 4, negative 3, there, and 1, 2, 8, 1, and then 3, negative 4, S. So all we have to do is find the length of each of the sides. Okay? And as long as all 4 of them have same length, there will be a rhombus. Let's start with length of NA. Remember, I'm going to rewrite the distance formula. It's x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. Alright. x1, y1, x2, y2, and a. So it's going to be 1 minus negative 4 square plus 2 minus negative 3 square. That's just going to be 5 square plus 5 square. Square root of, that's 25 plus 25, so that's 50. That should be around 7.07 if I'm not mistaken. Let's double check me on that one. Alright, so length of this side is 7.07. We have to make sure that all the other ones also got the same length. So let's go and find length of 18 now. Same exact concept. You label your points and you are going to substitute it. I'm going to get 8 minus 1 square plus 1 minus 2 square, which is 7 square plus 1 square, which is 50, square root of 50, 7.07. So length of that is also 7.07. Let's go and find length of TS now. It should be 3 minus 8 square plus -4 minus 1 square. That is -5 square plus -5 square. Remember, a square is always going to be positive, so it's the same thing as square root of 50, which is 7.07. So length of that is also 7.07. If for some reason you're not getting the same thing when it comes to rhombus, if you don't get the same length, then you probably made a mistake when you were doing your calculation. So basically when you were substituting your numbers, you probably made a mistake. So go back and double check your work. Lastly, we're going to find length of NS, the remaining side. It should be square root of 3 minus -4 square plus -4 minus 3, -4 plus 3 square. Okay. It should be 7 square plus -1 square, which is square root of 50, 7.07. So length of that is also 7.07. All right. So as you can see, we got the same length for all 4 sides. Okay. And that was basically the definition of rhombus. Definition of rhombus was that all 4 sides have same length. So we'll just prove that. So all we have to do is write down a sentence now. So we're going to write down quadrilateral NATS is a rhombus because all 4 sides have same length. All right, so pretty easy stuff. You're just using the distance formula to find the length and proving that all 4 sides have the same length. All right, go ahead and do question number 2, 3, and the exit ticket, and I'll see you all in the next video.